All right, welcome back to another episode of the Casey Campbell podcast. Casey Campbell with you, of course. And we are pleased to be joined by Josh Berry, who will be driving, of course, the number 8 Chevrolet for Junior Motorsports in the NASCAR Xfinity Series, as well as the number 25 number 25 Chevrolet for Rackley War in the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series. How's it going?
Pretty good. How are you?
Doing well. I don't think anybody has had quite the year like you have. Getting this opportunity from Dale Jr. and then, filling in with all of these, rides, with Young's Motorsports. And I think you drove an ARCA East race, and now you're in for a few races for the Rackley War team. What has this year been like for you, Josh?
It's been a whirlwind for sure. Man, really ever since, just the past year, really for me, it's just been kind of crazy. And, I got this opportunity in the Xfinity Series, and, it was hard to really say what our expectations were for that. I think, although I'm an accomplished short track racer and I'm older, I really don't have hardly any experience in the top 3 series, less than, at the start of this, probably less than 10 starts. And so, our expectations we weren't really sure. They were kind of a moving target, and we kind of got off to a slow start, had a couple of incidents, but saw potential in how we ran, and broke through with a huge moment at Martinsville, and kind of have rode that out ever since then. We've had a tough couple of weeks in the Xfinity car, but just like I said, it's just been one opportunity after another, which I'm very grateful for. And part of that is just me trying to put things together to just continue to develop as fast as I can, because I have this at least with JRM, I have this 3 or 4 month window that I need to perform in. So anything in that time frame that I can do, like I put together ARCA East deal for Dover, different things like that, to just try to escape my learning curve at these tracks, is we've been able to do.
Yeah. So you're going to be in the truck this weekend for the Rackley War team. Of course, you were in there last week at Texas, got a top 10, which is a really good finish for not just you, but for that team, because that team's just in its Rackley War. It's in his first year of existence. You're in there for this week as well as next week at Pocono. What do you want to do in this truck and make sure to prove to them and say, hey, maybe we can make this kind of a long-term deal here?
Yeah. Man, it's going to be hard to beat our first outing. Top 10, I think, was huge for them. They, that was their first top 10 as a company, but their first, Rackley Roofing's first top 10 as a sponsor in the Camp World Truck Series as well. So that was off to a good start. Nashville's going to be tough. There's a lot of trucks in the field. It's a new track, but it's new for everybody. So, it's going to be tough. I always try to keep my expectations in check when it comes to doing these deals. I think, for me, Texas we were kind of in a unique scenario with them. They've had a tough start to the year. Had some different things happen and some incidents, and really they were pretty low on inventory. So the truck that I raced at Texas is the truck that we knew that we needed to keep together to run at Nashville. So we were really, the number one goal there was just to keep the thing in one piece and just take what we got, and then we still had a great finish. So that's encouraging. I like that group. I like what they're trying to do. They're based in Tennessee, which is where I'm originally from. Willie Allen, that's a partner in that deal, is somebody that I've known my whole racing career. Watched him race and progress into the business owner and stuff that he's doing now, team owner. So it was exciting. I think really our goal for Nashville and Pocono both are just going to be the same. We're going to try to run all the laps. Stay on the lead lap, run all the laps, finish the race, and just see what we can do.
So kind of coming into, this weekend, because it's a big weekend for the Rackley Ward team, because, this is its home race. I know it's a big deal for them, and, Nashville as well. What's it going to be like heading into a new track? Like you said, no one's ever been there before, but I know guys have raced there in the past, like, 10 years ago in the Xfinity series. I mean, those guys know, but it's been a while. So it's
Yeah,
kind
I think you. Yeah, I think even the drivers that raced there years ago still a little bit of uneasiness going there, knowing that the place is sat for I don't know, like I said, probably about 10 years,
yeah.
maybe a little bit less than that. So it's going to be kind of new for everybody. I mean, technology's evolved. Everything's different, kind of different from what it was back then, and the cars are different, obviously. So, um, I don't know. I think it's going to be tough. I think that's going to be it's a tough track from what I remember, and thankfully we get a little bit of practice. I think that'll make it easier on everybody. Um, on the Xfinity side of things, Taylor's a little more encouraged that he feels like I'll have a little bit more of a fair opportunity, considering that most people haven't been there. Taylor feels a lot of times that that's really the only thing holding me back is just experience and laps at these places. So we're excited for that. And um, the truck, like I said, Rackley Roofing sponsoring the race. I know they're going to have a huge turnout of their employees and people there. So we definitely want, and they're running the second truck this weekend with William Byron, which that'll be cool to be back working with him again. So it's a big weekend for everybody.
Of course. And of course, this is, as I said before, this is your last race with Junior Motorsports before, Sam Mayer takes over the car at Pocono. What do you want to do with this team? I know a big win would be huge for these guys and huge for you as well.
Yeah, no, definitely. We've had, I want to end this thing on a high note. We, like I said, we had a win and a couple second places there, last month, and great really string of things. And just the mile and a halves have been tough for us. It's tough for me. It's definitely the what I have the least amount of experience at. So Charlotte, Texas were tough. Texas, we were good for a while. We just got real tight at the end, and then I made some mistakes that were well documented that just didn't run my best race. So there's just a lot to learn. Just learning mile and a half racing in general is tough, let alone you throw the PJ1 in there and how that changes the dynamic of the race, and what you need from from the balance standpoint from your car. I think for me it's been tough because I feel like we start the race on the bottom and kind of work on the car, learn the track on the bottom, and then halfway through the race everybody moves to the top and you're starting from scratch again. So like I said, Nashville's encouraging because it's kind of a clean slate, I guess, for mostly everybody. So it'll be interesting to see how it plays out.
Yeah. And do you know your plans for the rest of the year?
Yeah, that's just something that I've kind of taken week by week. Really, I'm optimistic about having the opportunity in the top 3 series next year. We just kind of got to wait. It's still early, and we're working on some things, obviously at Junior Motorsports and some other stuff as well. So, really for the rest of this year, I think there's going to be some more opportunities come. Do some races there. And other than that, just race some short track stuff. I'm still a part of our late model program at JRM, and that's important to me. That program's important for me to allot some time to race with those guys and hit some of the big late model shows this fall. And we have a partnership with All Things Automotive that's been with me for a number of years that he's stuck on with us regardless of everything that I've had going on this spring. So we want to race some with those guys and kind of make a plan there. But regardless, I feel like I'm going to be pretty busy.
All right. Josh Berry, thank you so much for coming on. Good luck this weekend at Nashville in the Xfinity and Truck Series, bud.
Yep. Thank you, man.